You are not hidden. There's never been a moment you were forgotten. You are not hopeless. Though you have been broken, your innocence stolen, I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS.
Hey guys, this is Eric Kalenga with His Village Church. I'm standing here at the courthouse lawn at this point. My heart is pounding and my spirit is literally crying out to God. God, what can we do? What are you desiring for us to do during this time? It is a crisis, and it is inevitably that every one of us are affected and impacted by this crisis. And I want to really bring this to our attention, ladies and gentlemen. The call that we need to cry to God for at this particular point is the fact that we're seeing churches, they're closing down now. And you go around town, I walk down Davis Street, stores are closing down. There are signs that, nope, we don't want you here. And you go down in the restaurant are also shutting down. We go to the park where we're supposed to be having a good time, enjoying with our family. Parks are also closing down. Everything around us is shutting down, and we are becoming hopeless. People are getting crazy. You go into Walmart, they just become greedy and go and clear the board. I'm grateful that Walmart is now at least putting a limit, but the reality is this. There is a high stress in this crisis that we are in. Where should we turn to for our hope? There is hope in this time. And I truly believe that Paul, in his entire life and as a disciple, he went from crisis to crisis, from struggle to struggle. But every time he said, I endure. That means that he was able to sustain. You know why he stands tall? Because he believed that Christ was with him. Joshua chapter 1 verse 8, and I love that passage, 8 and 9. It talks about where God was telling Joshua, don't be afraid, do not be dismayed. Take this book of the law and stuck it into your heart and into your mind. Why did God told him that? Because God said, I will be with you. Joshua went through every kind of battle. The reason why a handful of them was lost based upon disobedience, but more importantly, he won because God's promised to be with him, to never leave him nor forsake him. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to tell you there is hope in Christ. There is hope, there is peace. Peace only to those whose heart is steadfast in the Lord. This is a time to be closer to God than ever before. Isolation is not always bad. This time we'll be so isolated. Use this time to draw closer to God, to get into the Word, to develop your prayer life. I want to challenge you to commit yourself to going after God during this time. There is hope, and hope is alive. Keep the hope living. Keep the hope moving. We're going to come on the other side, champions, victorious, closer than ever before. Hey guys, I would like to invite you to join our church for a 3-day prayer and fasting. It will be Monday through Wednesday, the 23rd to the 25th of March. We want to invite everybody to join us. It is a time of crisis. We want to turn this and turn to God and ask God to come and heal our land and heal our businesses. We're looking forward for you to join us in that. I would like to leave you with this, 2 Chronicles chapter 7 verse 13 and 14. I want you to meditate upon that. All of us, we know this passage. With my people who are called by my name will humble themselves. But the verse before that really sets the tone, the fact that regardless of what may happen, if God left his hand over us, if God turned his back on America, but let me tell you something, if we turn to him, we humble ourselves and pray, he will turn his way back to us, and favor will come back on our country. We live in a great country, and I believe the promises of God are still yes and amen. I'm calling the entire country, and more importantly our churches, to go back to our knees, to humble ourselves, to seek his face, and God will heal us. There will be no more coronavirus death, and we proclaim this because God is going to bring healing. Don't fear, don't be afraid, don't be nervous. Have hope, have faith, and keep faith alive. God bless.
Come on, sing. All my hope is in